I just completed my first meditation class, Transcendental Meditation. This is 2015. And I'm driving home. I'm actually going to the park because I want to work out outside. And I started to play my music. And I had been working on music for so long up to this point. And to be honest, I just didn't like the music that I was making. Like, it just didn't, like, it felt forced, it didn't feel authentic, and it didn't feel real. And I play my music after meditating in my first meditation class. And it sounds so beautiful. It sounds absolutely magical. There's just a different sound. It's like all of my, overly critical self was shedded, and I wasn't judging it. I was just enjoying it. And it sounded actually good for the first time. I didn't even put it together yet. And I got out of the car and I go to the park and I start to walk towards the field. We're going to do some sprints, some push-ups. And all the colors around me, if you can just imagine, the trees were almost neon, the most beautiful green you've ever seen. And the sky was perfectly blue. The clouds were like cotton balls in the sky. I kid you not. It looked like the way the world looked was like some kind of fairy tale land. It was amazing. I started to put it together this is why. Maybe this meditation thing is actually what it is cracked up to be, what everybody's told me it was. And so I had just paid a lot of money for this class. I finished out the class and I haven't looked back since. I've been meditating twice a day, every day, and I've missed a lot of days. I haven't been perfect. I don't want to act like I have, but every time I get on a roll of meditation, my life is just better. And so I want to talk to you about what meditation is, how you meditate, and the benefits of it and how it can change your life. So for me, the benefits look like this. Like I said, the world just started to glow a little bit. It started to change. I've had moments of extreme peace and relaxation. I've had moments of I feel like I've been to heaven. There was a moment in my meditation one time where I was just sitting there, and I felt like I just went to this all white place where it was nothing, and it was beautiful, and it was just there was no material thing. It was just a completely glowing space, and I never wanted to leave. Even in that meditation, I didn't want to leave that place. So there's amazing things that meditation can do, and you and everybody will have a completely different experience. But my experience was this. Not only did the world show up more beautiful, there's people around me that, people that were strangers, they started to look like family. It's almost like I recognized them, or that I knew them, or I remembered that we were somehow connected in a bigger way. And ultimately, I was able to raise my awareness. What we talk about a lot on this channel is paradigm A and paradigm B. Paradigm A being like a victim paradigm, and paradigm B like a next level up where you're taking accountability and you realize that we are all connected and this world is all intersected, and we can, create the reality that we want. It starts, our outer world is created from our inner world instead of vice versa. So I started to have these realizations, and it started to feel real. And I'm just kind of waking up. I've become this new level of awareness, mainly of the person that I was sabotaging myself and, not the best version. And so meditation did this, and it completely changed my life. And when I'm on a really good streak of meditation, it's one of those things where I'm like, how could I ever go back to not meditating? I don't know if you've exercised a lot, maybe over a month in a row, for a whole month. You're like, it's normal for me to work out now. How can I go back and not work out? This is just what I'm supposed to do. And so these are the things that happen. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences ever. And so how do you do this? How do you meditate? There's a lot of different practices. There's transcendental meditation. There's more mantra meditation. There's, visualization meditation. The best way I can describe for you, and I'm not going to teach you a certain way, you could do all your research, but The best way that I would describe is to sit down, do nothing, and be aware of your thoughts. Now you may be thinking like, what do you mean be aware? So a lot of times your thoughts are just, they're thinking, they're running like, oh, what do I got to do? I got to do this. I got to do that. Notice your thoughts. Have you ever noticed that you are not your thoughts? That you are not that thinking? Sometimes it feels like you are, but there's also a time where you can be aware and you can like, why am I thinking that right now? Like what's going on? So the best way to meditate is to watch that mind. And then you start to see what you've been thinking. Now, the key to this is watching your mind, but not judging it. Not being like, oh my God, I got so much to do. I got to go. I got to get up and start. Notice it, but don't make any emotional attachment to it. You may have scary thoughts like, what if a tiger jumped out of here, or what if there's a snake in this couch right now and you're sitting there? If you start to get emotional about it, you know you're not watching your thoughts. You know you've become your thoughts, but you're not that mind, that monkey mind that's running around. I like to think of my thoughts that are like clouds passing by. You can hop on and look at the cloud and attach to it, but if you do that, it's not going to feel very good most of the time. You need to be centered and present and notice the thoughts that are not you. I know for the longest time, I used to have all these scary thoughts and I was like, am I crazy? Am I losing it? Because I would just get caught on the thought and just let it take me down, a path that's scary. And sometimes I still do that. But I have to catch myself. And meditation always helps me do that, where I can catch myself and be like, oh, that's not real. That's just you thinking. You are not that. And so meditation is simple. Sit there and notice your thoughts. Be aware of them. And what's going to happen is eventually you're going to find a place of peace. That's where a lot of people mess up meditation. They sit down there, I can't sit by myself. I can't think. That's exactly why you need to meditate. It's bullshit. You're going to tell yourself, I can't sit down. I can't quiet my mind. And it's just a story you're telling yourself. Of course you're not going to be able to quiet your mind. Nobody can at first. So you're going to sit down, your mind's going to run wild, and you're going to be like, I can't do this. You are doing it. If your mind is actually, you're sitting there and it's going crazy, that means you're doing it perfectly. It means it's great. You're on the right track. Because what's going to happen is you're going to sit there, you're going to notice, you're going to be aware, you're going to lose track, and you're going to be caught in your mind, and you're going to be thinking, and then you come back, you're like, am I thinking or am I watching my thoughts? Oh, I need to watch my thoughts. Okay, let's watch them. Just notice. And then you watch. And at some point, after enough practice, what happens is you find this place of peace where there is no thoughts. There is no thinking. And your whole body is completely relaxed. If you're stressed, there's no stress. Nothing is there except present moment and awareness. Awareness of this exact moment. Your eyes closed. If I didn't say that already, you want to close your eyes and just watch. Start with 20 minutes. If you can't sit down for 20 minutes, that's what you need to do. You need to be able to sit there and just sit quietly. Now, there have been a lot of scientific studies on meditation. One being blood pressure, lowers blood pressure. It lengthens your telomeres. Your telomeres, I'm not super well versed in this, but basically they determine how long your life is. And when your telomeres shorten enough, you die. And so when you meditate, you can actually lengthen and reverse that process. There's people who have healed themselves from disease, healed themselves from themselves. Because a lot of times, what is dis-ease? It's dis-ease. It's not being at ease. And when you get into a meditative state, you are at ease, and your body starts to heal. And so this is where it can be super powerful. Miracles can happen. Your life can change. You can have spontaneous remissions we've seen it from cancer. We've seen it from all kinds of things. And I've studied this for a really long time because I've always been a hypochondriac where I was just worried that I was going to get some kind of illness or sickness, or I had cancer. And when I started meditating, that anxiety level just came down, and I was able to see things and really take back control into Paradigm B. And I'll say this every day of the week, meditation saved my life, 100%. There were moments where I thought I was about to break. And meditation easily kept me on track. And so start today. And I don't want you to start just to try it one day. You should meditate, so you should do it the rest of your life. Scary, right? I got to commit to it for the rest of. Don't do it if you're just going to do it for one day. Commit for the rest of your life. Another thing that people say is they fall asleep. You want to also make sure you sit up. Don't have your head leaning back against anything. And close your eyes. So you want to support your head. Now, when you get relaxed, what's going to happen is your head's going to fall down. And you're not going to be able to hold it up. It's fine. That's good. It means you're releasing energy. Also, if you fall asleep during your meditation, that's okay too. Just get back. When you wake up, finish it off. It means you're probably really tired and you're releasing a lot of energy. But start now, y'all. Try to meditate 20 minutes in one day. If you do it for a week and you don't feel like a little more centered and a little more at calm, then call me. Let me know. Do something. You will. I can almost guarantee you your life can change from this. And I hope this video is valuable. I want to keep it real, authentic, and raw. And so you can just kind of get me talking about meditation and some of the things that I do. Appreciate you.